All right, we're just going to warm up first with we're going to set up lasso from, we'll just do it from like closed guard, kind of show you kind of how you're going to get there. And then we're just going to do a super basic sweep to start, and then we'll do one more technique when we finish out the night, all right? Let's see. On the knees? Yeah. So, if I have him here, closed guard, I'm going to get double cuff grips, okay? I want to kind of roll my knuckles into them. You can put your feet out here. I don't really like to, only because it starts the process of him pushing my legs down, okay? It doesn't mean I can't do it. I could basically, if he pushes this leg down, right, I could always lasso here and start. But I always have done it where I come up on the inside and I open up, okay? Then the worst thing he's doing is pushing my knees together, which doesn't really do anything, right? So I'm gonna open up, hip escape. I'm hiding his arm under my leg. I break this leg off and I'm pulling this one to my hip. And I circle and I grab. I'm on my left side using my right hook, okay? Once I'm here, I square up. See how tight that is? I can turn his body down towards the mat, okay? What I don't want to do is put my foot in here. Like there's no control here. This is very easy for him to manipulate, okay? So when I get out on my side, I'm grabbing his back with my top of my right foot, closing my right elbow to my hip, and then I square up and point my palm to the ceiling, okay? And this gives us a good opportunity to keep him tight. I can move him, okay? Once we set that up, here, grab, square up. We're just gonna do a simple sweep. I'm gonna hip escape to my left side again. I'm grabbing, and then I'm gonna pull, like he's gonna go for a grip on my pants. I'm gonna pull the grip, block his leg, turn him over, okay? Especially if he puts that opposite leg up. So here, I throw the lasso. If he puts that left leg up, right, automatically go to it. Come up, okay? Just punch the leg through, finish him out. Super basic, and then we'll set up another technique off of it. Any questions on that?
Can you talk about where you're lassoing over versus?
Yes, so good question. I don't want to stick the foot towards the armpit when I throw the lasso hook in. I want to throw it towards his forearm or wrist. That way I can stick my leg through as deep as I'd like to, okay? Here, hip escape, open, pulling this towards my hip. I don't throw my foot here. He can start closing his elbow and it's hard for me to get my foot in. So instead, I throw my foot shallow by his forearm and then kick my leg through and grab. Okay, from here I close my elbow and I turn. Okay, as he adjusts his base, I square back up, turn him over. Okay, it's done essentially like a scissor sweep. I'm gonna go from my right hip to my left, block his free leg, pull on the sleeve that I still have, just knock him over with my shin. Okay, so I'm gonna turn him down hard to the mat. As he squares himself up, I'm gonna shift to my other hip and knock him over. Does that make sense? Anybody need to see it again? Yeah, this one. All right. So, here, inside hip escape, pull that grip, throw the lasso, grab deep. As I square up, I'm going to turn him down to the other side. Here, as he tries to get his posture right, I turn him over. Okay? You understand? I end up like this, pull on his elbow, finish him out. Everybody good? All right, get a partner, 1, 2, 3. So I'm gonna do this one with my, on the left side, doesn't really matter. Feet on hips, hip escape, circle, grab. I'm gonna square up, I'm gonna drop that foot to his hip. Here, okay? Now, he's gonna try to get that posture again, that's okay. As he does, I'm gonna take my right foot here, hook it across his waist, and I'll show this at another angle. Okay, important part is my knee needs to be on his other hip. So my ankle's on his right hip, my right knee needs to be on his left hip. Okay? And then I need to create some motion here. So when I get this, I'm gonna do a side bend and grab his pants on the lower part of his calf. You can also go under his leg, but I tend to just grab the pants, okay? So my right knee goes across. I'm gonna do a side bend, grab his pants, here, right? And from here, I'm standing on my foot, okay? Now, I'm gonna bump him this way. So I'm gonna lift my hips and turn to the right. That's only to get a reaction so I can turn back to this side. So from here, I'm gonna bump him, here. As he comes back out, turn. Okay? Finish here. I need him to press back into me. Does that make sense?
Are you faking a move to the right? Is there a move you can do?
Like a side bend. Like,
Okay.
oh, well.
I mean, is there a move that you're doing that he's going to react to, or is it just human nature that he's going to react to?
I'm just trying to hip bump him over to get a reaction. See how I had to move back a little bit? It may not always be that much, but I need him to press back into me. That just makes the whole move easier. If you lay heavy away, it's going to be hard for me to pull you back to my chest.
Okay.
Right?
Yeah.
So, here. Hip escape. Throw my lasso. I grab. Okay. Throw my foot across. Get that knee to his hip. And I'm doing a side bend. Here. Okay. Now my knee is touching all the way across his waist. I'm standing on my foot. Okay. If he leans back to this side, right, I'm not going to be able to turn him this way. I don't want to just turn. I need to pull him on top and then rotate my knee. Okay? So I'm grabbing his pants. I'm going to hip bump him over. I'm going to come up on my elbow. Here. Doesn't work. I drop, pull, lift. Come up. So I'm bringing it back toward over my chest. Then I'm turning my knee to the floor. Okay? Let's go over this way. Sideways. Yeah. So here, hip escape, throw the lasso, okay? I start to turn him, throw my foot across, side bend to his pants, okay? Now, lift up and turn onto my left shoulder. Here, right? As he presses back in, pull my knees to my chest. So here, knees to chest, lift. Come up, okay? Keep those two grips and I sit up and knee on belly. Does that make sense? I don't have to do it where I get that reaction. Sometimes they might just be giving me that position, okay? I might just see an angle where I can pull it that way, okay? Just right here, grab it. Shift, right? I'm just gonna lift up and bump over here, okay? Pull my knees to my chest, and then I'm gonna turn them down to the floor, okay? Here, boom. Here, okay? Once I get him on my chest, he doesn't weigh much, okay? It's when he's pulling away from me, it's a problem. Does that make sense?
You're not really pressing with your feet. You're just using them grips.
So, yeah, so without him here, right, I'm leaning up over here, pulling my knees to my chest, turning in this way. See how we sit up? Here, okay? Any questions?
When you give up that, like his right arm, is there anything that ends this move or is troublesome for you?
There's always things people could do, right? So, here. So, yes and no, not really. I mean, my whole thing is I gotta make him post or, right? If I just get, pull, right? I can attack the arm here, right? I can switch off of it and go do other things. I need to get a reaction, basically what I'm trying to do. So I'm standing on that hip, lift my hips up, turn onto my shoulder, okay? Now I'm just gonna sell it like I'm trying to knock him over, okay? Probably not fundamentally correct because he has a post, right? Just keep trying to knock him over until he pushes back. Pull my knees to my chest, jump over.
And he has that arm free to post.
Correct.
Okay.
That's why it's not gonna work, right?
Yeah.
But he can't just stay back here and lean on that arm forever, right? Worst case scenario is I can bail and go back to an open guard too. Does that make sense? There's a lot of omoplatas and triangle opportunities and things from this lasso position. We'll cover that as we do some more techniques though. All right? All right, get your partners. 1, 2, 3.